Hello, ladies and gentlemen, Xneo here, and we're back with another Minecraft Redstone tutorial. Alright, so I have a couple of things already set up around here. Fly. Okay, there we go. Let's see. Well, this is the first one. Over here, it's pretty sweet, I think. It is a water slide. Basic pistons. You have your pistons right in here. They're already powered with some redstone. And the way you unpower them is by flicking the switch. And when you flick the switch, it releases this water down for the water slide. So let's go. Oh yeah, water slide. It's the crappiest water slide I've ever been in, but still, it's pretty awesome. I think, at least. Oh, look at that. Yep. Alright, next order of business. This sucker right over here. Well, this, I was supposed to try to make a combination lock. That didn't work. This, I have no idea what that was. This thing over here took me forever, and it doesn't even really work that well. But if you kind of want to see what it does, it was supposed to be a digital clock type of, like a digital counter. It counts 1 through 9 and then restarts at 0 and goes 1 through 9 again. So if I click it and wait for the redstone to travel through, oh, yeah, it has some problems. It doesn't exactly come up with a number in time before it switches to the next number, which I don't like. Let me stop the loop. There we go. Yep. Fly. Stop. Oh my god. Fly. There we go. Whew. Now this was a project, let me tell you. It is only halfway done, and I even got some of the torches mixed up in it. What it is a binary, or a decimal to binary converter. And there's probably a way easier way of doing this. I literally made 128 straight lines of decimal, and I have them all converting into these 8 torches on the very end here. Yeah, these 8 torches over here, and you'll see what I mean here. Each torch stands for a certain thing. So we have 1 right here, and I guess we'll flick the 1 switch. So whenever you flick the switch, it turns this redstone up here off, which in return turns this torch on, which in return turns this line of redstone on, which will power this torch, meaning the number 1 in decimal is, first let me just say that in binary, anytime a torch is on, that stands for a 1, and anytime a torch is off, that stands for a 0. When all torches are off, that means the binary number is 0, because it's just 0 straight across. But when I flick 1, the binary number for 1 is 10000000000, which is pretty cool, in my opinion, and it works for all different ones. 2 is, in binary, obviously, is 0, then 1, then 00000. But, okay, anyways, let me show you a slightly bigger number. Let's go with 15. 15 sounds good. So as you can see, 15 in decimal is just a 1 and a 5. But in binary, 15 is a 11110000. Now, I'll show you why that is. We already have one marker for a 16 here, and 15 is one before that. So you're probably wondering why there's a bunch of 1s that stand for 15. Here's how it works. This 8 plus this 4 is 12. Plus this 2 is 14. Plus this 1 is 15. So each one of these must be lit, and you add all of them together to equal 15. If I click the 16 switch, which I'll just go do real quick, and fly over here, flick 15 off, and flick on 16. It'll turn off all of those ones, and it'll put a 1 right here where the 16 spot is. which is pretty handy when you're decoding binary and stuff like that. Pretty fun project. Like I messed up a little bit further on, like in the 50s and whatnot. That I got some of the torches mixed up, but it all worked out in the end. Okay, well this is pretty cool. I know in my old hidden staircase video I had a different kind of block swapper. This is much more simple, but this one is horizontal rather than vertical. What you do is you set up one piston here. These are all regular pistons. One piston here and one piston here. And put the one repeater here and you leave it on the first tick. You put a redstone torch above this piston and a redstone torch above this piston. But with this piston being pushed out from this signal right here, this piston over here, right here, is not able to open until you flick the switch. When you flick the switch, it turns the power off of this. It actually no, it does not turn the power off of that. It turns the power off of this for a moment. This piston right here flies in, and then this one retracts as well, and this one pushes out. All because of the redstone on top of here. Once this redstone lights, the two torches on either side turn off. So, what it does is it's going to swap this block right here for a diamond block. And I thought that was pretty sweet. If you want to, like, switch your house from a random boring house to a wild dance party in seconds, just click your block swapper and have a disco ball ready to be switched. That's what I think. But, anyways, moving on. We are going to... Okay, this was a failed project. I don't really exactly know what I was trying to do here. I was trying to make another binary counter in a different way, but that didn't work. Let's get on to my favorite one, is the addition room, the addition system. So far, I've only been able to make it add up to 6. So let's go in and see. So right now we have our different numbers here. And when you flick the switches, they should equal the number on the torch. So 1 equals 1. 2 equals 2. And 3 probably equals 3. Yeah. That was right. But now, if you want to start adding some numbers together, 1 plus 2 should equal 3. Yep, right there. Let's flick that 2 out. 1 plus 3 should equal 4, if I'm not mistaken. Oh, I'm not mistaken. Look at that. 2 plus 3 equals 5. And 1 plus 2 plus 3 equals 6. And I haven't been able to make it go any higher than that. I have to fiddle around with it just a little bit more. But it's pretty awesome. And I'll show you how I do it real quick. It's by making something super basic called the adder. Now, the lovely thing about YouTube is they teach you new and cool ways to do things, especially in Minecraft. For normal people, this right here is the way you make an adder. You put 2 pieces of redstone in 2 torches, redstone torches, and a piece of redstone in between, and 1 torch here. When these 2 are connected, since this redstone's on top, it turns off the torch underneath. And what's gonna happen is you're gonna put in 2 inputs. These 2 right here. The inputs are, say, a 1 plus a 2. When you flick these, the top torches turn off, and that turns off. When this turns off, it turns this on. So, 1 plus 2, and the output is 3 right here. And that's the cool thing about this kind of adder, but when people show you fun stuff on YouTube, you can expand the adder to have 3 outputs rather than just 1 output, which is awesome in my opinion. Those still on? Let's turn them off real quick. There we go. So now, by adding 2 blocks and more redstone on top of those, connected down through here, add 2 more torches, and now, since there's powered redstone on top of this block, on top of this block, and on top of this block, all the torches underneath it turn off. So let's put our outputs real quick. We have 3 outputs and 2 values to put in. So the first value is the number 1 value. Turns off this side of the redstone and activates the number 1 output. The next value is number 2. Turns off this side and activates the number 2 value. 1 plus the 2 activates the third output, which is 3, as I already demonstrated before, which is pretty cool in my opinion. So what I did in this whole setup over here, these are all the inner workings of how my adding to 6 calculator works. What I did was I took a third switch, which is going to represent a 3 value. So this is a 1, this is a 2, and this represents 3. So if I take this 3 extension and I add it to the 1 extension, all you do is you take the 1 output and then the 3 output and put them together in another adder. Let me just make the adder real quick, or like the 3-way adder, if you want to call it that, because a regular adder is super basic. And alright, so we have the adder created, 3 outputs, and I think we're going to need a repeater in this. Repeaters just continue the signal. Let me see, if I flick this on, will it need a repeater? No, it really won't, but I'm going to put one anyways because it looks nicer. Okay, so now the 3 value is traveling all the way up through here and coming out of here now. So at the moment there is 2 3 values. If you add just the 3 switch, it comes out over there, and if you add the 2 plus the 3 switch, the value comes out right here, which is useful in the end whenever you need to add up to 6 or add up to 3, because currently inside of my adder over here, my 3 switch itself equals 3, and my 2 plus my 3 also equal 3. That's after you make all of your numbers work. You just combine the 2 lines of redstone and everything works from there. Alright, really stop double flicking. There we go. All off. Lag, 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 lag. Get out the door. Go. Oh my god. I'm about to break this door. Sparta! Okay. Anyways, so we're over here and we have a 3 switch, and the 3 is connected with the 1 output. So if you flick the 1 output, the 1 is no longer an output from right here. The 1 has now been transferred into this gate, and the 1 output is now right here. But what you're going to want to do with that is add it with your 3 output. So when you add the 1 output over here, plus your 3 output over here, it goes in the middle. 1 plus 3 is 4, obviously. So 1 plus 3 is 4, and what's going to happen with all that is you just add the, to make more of them, you add the 2 output from right here, and you combine it with the 3 output that's over here. Do not combine it with the 3 output that's right there, because that doesn't work. You can't make both of those light up at the same time. So you combine the 2 output right here with this 3 output and add another AND gate, and that'll equal 5. And everything works out. This is a really fun way of doing redstone. I believe, I mean, I'm not sure, but if I add an entire other system that looks exactly like this, with 3 more switches that add up to 6, I think I can start doing a couple of different kinds of multiplication from 1 to 6, which is going to be a fun project to investigate with. But anyways, that was basic binary inverse operations, from binary to decimal, or decimal to binary, or just plain block swapper. But yeah, that was pretty good. I'm probably gonna remake this display also later on, because it's way too big. That's the only reason. The redstone or the energy can't travel fast enough to the pistons before it switches to the next number that it's trying to show me. So I mean, if I click this button, I don't even know if it's gonna show me the number 1. It shows me 2 just fine, but number 1 not really. Yeah, no, I didn't see 1. Oh, whoops. I don't even have it connected. What am I doing? So, see if it shows me 1. Oh, there's 1. There's 2. And 3's making its way. 4's trying, and then it just gets jumbled from there. They're just messing each other up now. But I do have all the displays programmed correctly. Anyways, that was Xneo signing off. Outro music, go.